Hi there. Today we're going to take a look at Chapter 3, Capítulo 3, and Verbos de AR, AR verbs. An infinitivo is a verb that has not yet been conjugated, which really is just a fancy way of saying it's a verb that has not had its ending changed yet. In Espanol, there are three kinds of verbos, three kinds of infinitivos. AR, ER, IR. We'll see ER and IR later on in this course. But for today, our focus is solely on verbos de AR, meaning it ends in an AR. Hablar es un verbo de AR. It ends in AR. In inglés, significa, it means to talk or to speak. To conjugate a verb means instead of just saying to talk, someone will actually be doing the action. I talk, he talks, we talk. In order to conjugate a verb in Espanol, we take our infinitive verb and remove the infinitive ending. In this case, we take hablar and we subtract off the AR, leaving us with hablo. Hablo is what's called a stem. It's what's left after the infinitive ending, AR, has been dropped. Then our next step is to conjugate our verb. So we have our stem, and to our stem, we will add the ending that corresponds to our subject. Hablo plus O gives us hablo. I speak. Hablo plus as gives us hablas. You, familiar, speak. So in this situation, you would be speaking to a friend, someone younger than you, a family member, or someone similarly aged to you. Hablo plus a gives us habla. He speaks, she speaks, or you formal speak. If you were speaking to an adult, a teacher, a police officer, or even the President of the United States, someone deserving of your respect and polite manners, you would use the usted form of the verb. Hablo plus amos gives us hablamos. We speak. Hablo plus ice gives us habláis. You, all familiar, plural, speak. A good way to think about this is, in English, very informal, very casual, y'all. Y'all speak. It's a large group in an informal way to address them. This form here is typically used only in España. Finally, hablo plus an gives us hablan. they boys speak, they girls speak, or you all formal plural speak. So if you were addressing a large group of adults or people that were older than yourself or in a position of power and respect, you could address them using the ustedes form. You all formal plural. So to recap, AR verbs have 6 endings that we can use depending on who is the subject of our sentence. Yo verbs end in O. Tu verbs end in as. Él, ella, and usted verbs all end in a. Nosotros and nosotras verbs end in amos. Vosotros and vosotras verbs end in ice. Ellos, ellas, and ustedes verbs all end in on. O, as, a, amos, ice, on. So taking a look at some of our examples, let's start with I listen. I listen. So our very first step, step 1, is to remove the infinitive ending. Step 2 is to add the appropriate ending that matches our subject. As you recall, yo verbs end in O. Add the O to the end, and now we have I listen. Let's try number 2. They study. Step 1, remove the AR. Step 2, add the ending that matches our subject. Ellas verbs end in on. So to the end of our stem, we add an. Ellas estudian. They study. Let's try number 3. Eduardo, prestar atención, pays attention. Step 1, get rid of our infinitive ending. Step 2, add the ending that matches our subject. Eduardo is really like saying he. He verbs, el verbs end in a. So we take our subject, Eduardo, we take our stem and add a to the end of it, and now we have Eduardo presta atención. Eduardo pays attention.